I try to imagine how this country looked like 25 years ago in the middle of the war. I guess it was a nightmare by then, but now it is simply wonderful.
Say hello to my camera.
This is the story of a summer trip in one of the most fascinating countries in Europe, Bosnia Herzegovina. A country that has so much to offer in many different aspects. Tradition, modern life, history, culture and nature. This is a combination that makes the Balkans one of the most interesting places on earth. Bosnia Herzegovina is no exception to that. I have visited the Balkans on several occasions in my life. This time, my target was Bosnia Herzegovina, one of the 6 countries that emerged after the disintegration of the former Yugoslavia. I am sure that for many people this country is just a former Yugoslav Republic, but no, if you think like that, you are very far from reality. Bosnia Herzegovina is much more than that, dating its history back to the 12th century. I would like to show you how the country looks like today and what it has to offer. Let's get started. Our travel starts in Sarajevo, or Sarajevo as it is pronounced by the locals. The street life, the people, the food, and the contrast that can be seen everywhere makes Sarajevo quite a unique place. If I had to pick a traditional symbol of Sarajevo, that would be the Old Town, founded by the Ottoman in the 15th century. Needless to say that the flavor of this part of the city is clearly Islamic. You can identify Islam on the buildings and monuments, the towers, the shopping activity and that kind of stuff, of course. However, the most outstanding feature of the Old Town is the amazingly hospitable people that we found everywhere.
Allah, you are the one I trust, you are the one I admire, no doubt you are the one, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, you're the one who gives me joy, you're the one who heals my soul, when I deviate you guide me, Allah.
I don't see police so far, but they may show up at any time.
Everything started here, right on this place.
I can feel the wind between the clouds touching me. In the light, I feel the power of faith. In the dark.
Sarajevo is a meeting point, a crossroads in time and in space. 400,000 inhabitants sharing 4 different religions. No bad for a city that is called the Jerusalem of Europe. Wonderful architecture combined with a warm street ambient. Sarajevo feels very Mediterranean, with people making life on the street.
Sometimes
one of my best friends who died unfortunately last year, he was building the tunnel as well. So he was telling me that kind of the stories. I like this guy, really, I like this driver a lot. So because he can take me wherever I want, even in a small area, small roads, he can do it with this.
The tunnel of Sarajevo was built during the Balkans War in order to bring food and basic essentials to the entire population of the city.
This is how Sarajevo looked like during the siege, guys. Many buildings. The left side. This is how it was destroyed in 1992 and never rebuilt.
To show you the image, how the city was totally surrounded by the Serbian forces for 1,425 days. The longest siege in history of the modern world. This part of the city inside was controlled by them. This is called Kravice, inside the city, guys. And this street that we were driving, this is called the Sniper Alley. This is the Sniper Alley street because many people were shot from the rooftops of the buildings from the hill in this area.
So you have to always run from one building to another height, trying to find some protection to save your life. My grandfather was sitting in front of the house smoking. He saw him with the binoculars, tried to kill him with some kind of the bazooka weapon. I'm not professional in the military, so he missed him for about 5 meters. So my father came to his father, to my grandfather, and told him, "Are you crazy? Can you see smoking kills?"
To create one of the 4 different entrances to the tunnel on this side of the Free Bosnian territory.
The tunnel was always flooded with water. That was the problem, because this area of Sarajevo is rich of underground waters. Maximum of the food that you can carry through the tunnel was 54 kilograms. Which means like this, people will do usually this. 30 kilograms of the potato on the back, 12 kilograms of the eggs in one hand, and 12 kilograms of the another food in another hand. It's a huge, enormous graveyard, which is unfortunately the price of the war. Before the war, place for the kids. After the war, huge, enormous cemetery. Yes.
It is time to relax and enjoy nature in Vrelo Bosne, a natural park located 10 kilometers west of Sarajevo. Vrelo Bosne is a natural landmark that provides a quiet escape from the busy life of the city.
La chica Bosnia decía que dice, yo no sé de dónde vienen, pero no son bosnios, decía.
The place is ideal to spend the weekend with your family or with your friends, but for us it's time to move on for a little adventure.
Dobro, okej. Green.
we traveled to Srebrenica in the farthest corner of the country with the intention of visiting the Srebrenica-Potokari Memorial. The memorial is located in the outside of Potokari. It was officially opened in 2003 by Bill Clinton, the former president of the United States. Just across the road, you can find the Srebrenica Memorial Room, an abandoned industrial warehouse that was a former refugee center. The room exhibits breathtaking pictures, and well, I think there is no need for further words. In the central part of the country, the town of Travnik welcomes us with magnificent historical buildings such as the old fortress. Travnik is colorful and majestic, and I had to say that I didn't expect to find something like that here. It really surprised me. It was quite a discovery.
Getting lost.
The people of Travnik are welcoming and friendly. As a matter of fact, we were photographed by the staff of the Tourist Information Office for their Facebook page. Wonderful. Banja Luka is the capital of the Republic of Srpska and the second largest city in the country. It has a clear Orthodox flavor and a number of attractions, like the Castle Fortress, located in the very center of town and an excellent place for lunch, by the way.
Thank you.
It's like this. This is flat.
Okay. The other one is stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's just 1 minute and it will be over in a couple of seconds.
Okay, thank you.
We observe that someone is being interviewed at the table next to ours. The guy turns out to be Sivko Radisic, a former president of Bosnia Herzegovina. The interview was later on broadcasted by a local TV channel.
Poštovani gledalci, u okviru redovnog serijala televizije u sred srijede.
Moram reći da ste me dirnuli odmah na početku. U najosjetljivije, što kažu, emocije. Vama hvala puno.
After lunch, we continued our tour in Banja Luka to enjoy the city as much as possible. Jajce is one of the major highlights in central Bosnia. The historical center is narrow, twisted and lovely. In my opinion, no doubt, it is one of the most beautiful towns in the country. The upper part of Jajce contains the remains of the defensive buildings of the city. The catacombs is the first construction you will find on your way to the castle. Dark and scary as usual. If you continue your way up, you can enjoy a marvelous view of Jajce before reaching the first towers and the entrance to the castle. The fortress was built in the 14th century when Jajce was the capital of the independent Kingdom of Bosnia. Jajce is well known for being a very green place and also for its impressive waterfalls, something that you cannot miss.
¿Cuánto ha costado esto?
4 por persona, así que unos 8 euros.
It's not the Niagara Falls, but it's amazing.
The Pliva Lakes are located just in the outside of Jajce. They provide a recreational area for those who enjoy sailing in quiet waters. Just between the lakes, Milinovi is a surprising construction of 20 water mills that demonstrate the historical architecture style and the carpentry techniques of the region. Both the Pliva Lakes and the water mills were declared National Monuments of Bosnia and Herzegovina in 2009. We arrive in Mostar with expectation. The role that Mostar played in the Balkans War, together with the mixture of cultures along its history, make Mostar a fascinating destination. The center of Mostar is colorful and full of life. Wherever you go, you see plenty of shopping activity, restaurants, hotels, and lovely architecture. And yes, I have to admit it, Mostar is my favorite place in this country.
Mostar is the most important city of the Herzegovina region and its cultural capital. The name of Mostar comes after the Mostari, the men who in the medieval times guarded the Stari Most, the old bridge.
The old bridge in Mostar is as popular as the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Everything happens around the bridge, absolutely everything. Walking along the bridge back and forth is something that you will do over and over again.
¡Qué mala suerte! Se la va a pegar contra el suelo. Ya
Well done.
deep, very deep.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Is any one of you jumping?
Yeah.
When?
Somebody must pay.
All right. How much?
25 euros.
How much?
25.
25 euro. Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Jumping from bridges and stones in Bosnia is a kind of national sport. Here in Mostar, some guys do it to make some money in the summer.
Un puente de 25 metros.
Pero yo pensaba que se tiraban de cabeza.
The streets of Mostar hide another highlight apart from the bridge. That is the case of the Kaitas house, formerly owned by a Turkish judge in the 16th century and currently under UNESCO protection.
Enjoy. Thank you.
We will go up and
Yes. Thank you. I'm born in 13 kilometers below.
Yeah.
My mother Serb, my father Croatian.
The mixture.
Yes, mix.
Kстати, а мы до что? Thank you.
Sí, él tiene 4.
Muchas gracias.
My husband. Family kites. Yes.
The Kravice waterfall is just another example of the fantastic natural water attractions in this country. Located about 40 minutes from Mostar, Kravice is an oasis of crystal water that will impress you. Kravice is a popular swimming and picnic area, and during the summer it is frequently visited by tourists from Mostar and Dubrovnik, coming literally from all around the globe.
Say hello to my camera. Con que no se vais a bañar, ¿eh?
The Tekia Monastery is a treasure hidden in the mountains of Blagai, a small town in the vicinity of Mostar. Located at the base of a cliff, the monastery comprises a unique collection of buildings that create an atmosphere of peace, ideal for thoughtful reflection. The natural beauty of this place is totally in line with the interior of the monastery, which you can visit for a modest fee.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله
The other side of the Burna River offers the best views of the place. Here, the water is pure enough to drink directly from the river, and it tastes even better than the bottled stuff. This is just another wonder of Bosnia Herzegovina. Definitely a place to visit and a place to remember. Our travel comes to an end after 2 weeks of driving across the country. When I look back, I feel we have visited a great deal of places that are witness to the past and recent history of one of the most interesting and unknown countries in Europe. The places that we have visited and the conversations with the locals have made me understand a bit better the current reality of Bosnia Herzegovina. That is my 2 cents, glad to share it with you, and I hope you have enjoyed it.